Apple hasn't been doing so high lately. Their stock has been a bit shaky, and they're starting to lose their edge. So what's really going on? And more importantly, what's next? Look, I don't think Apple's done. Not by a long shot. Sure, they had a few missteps. The Vision Pro pretty much flopped. Like 10 people bought that thing. And there's been a couple other L's over the years. But there's one thing we know about Apple. They love to play the long game. They might have stumbled with their AI rollout, but that does not mean they're out of the race. I think they're gearing up for something much bigger than what they announced at WWDC. Apple already builds its own first-party chips. They power the iPads, their MacBooks, their iPhones, and their watches. They all use Apple Silicon, and they have announced plans to implement all of them with artificial intelligence. I believe Apple is working on enterprise-grade AI chips that can compete with NVIDIA and AMD. Smartphone race is over. All the smartphones are basically the same. Right now, everybody's competing to create their new language models, and ChatGPT is currently the most advanced. Apple is the only one to implement ChatGPT directly into Siri. You can go into the settings and turn it on. They said if you can't beat them, join them. But this is Apple. They're going to join them until they can figure out how to beat them. AI chips are the new wave. It's going to be the new flagship product for these tech giants. And they're all going to compete for dominance. Right now, NVIDIA rules the market. AMD is hot on their heels. Intel's got something. Google's got something. Everybody's got something. Apple, they already have a massive edge because they have their own working silicate. They have full vertical integration, and they have more control over their hardware ecosystem than any other company. Apple's stock price hasn't been looking great, though. They've thrown a few things at the wall, and most of it kind of missed. Even their phones are starting to kind of feel stale. It's kind of the same thing over and over again. Customers want freedom, they want customization. Apple's walled garden, it's just not cutting it. It might just be me, but I've been seeing a lot more people rocking Samsungs. Like Speed and a ton of other live streamers I've seen rocking Samsungs. Apple's initial rollout of their AI, Apple Intelligence, was not great. And that was a bit odd because Apple doesn't do open betas like Google. They usually wait until something is all polished and ready for the public. Like, this is the same company that took 10 years to make a calculator app for the iPad. And yeah, their AI model wasn't great, but this is Apple. They don't need to make the best AI model. They just need to make it work on their device and make it talk to all of their devices. They prioritize their ecosystem, and they made that clear during their last tech demo. They're trying to make Siri actually useful like we had all imagined it would be back in 2012. The real question is, will Apple break their exclusivity? They're the Nintendo of the computers. Apple has always kept their hardware and software locked in their ecosystem. But if they really want to compete with NVIDIA, they might have to sell their AI chips to other companies or hopefully to the government. Imagine if the United States signed a contract with Apple for AI chips. The stock price would go insane. Their next rollout of devices is already prepared to be powered by AI using Apple Silicon. Now, this is just speculation, but this could allow AI to be trained locally on a Mac instead of being tied to the cloud. An offline AI model would be a game changer. Apple's real strength is turning complex tech into simple experiences, so this might not be in their wheelhouse. So even if they don't take the chips to the market, Apple is still preparing to roll out a bunch of features that will help your new iPhone, iPad, whatever. So should you buy the dip? Apple stock is struggling, but that doesn't mean it's dead money. If Apple really goes through with all this marketing on their chips, they could really dominate the AI market and the stock market. If they fumble though, They're already losing their grip on Wall Street. I really think this is gonna last? I don't think Apple's done, man. Tim Cook, that guy's a demon. He's about his shmoney. He will wait it out and do what needs to be done in the long run. Bottom line, Apple's going through a rough patch, but don't count them out. This is a company that is known for being late to the party. The AI revolution is just getting started.